I would like to request all of you to please welcome Sudheendra and Deepthi, two powerhouse agile coaches driving transformation through empathy, disruption, and deep expertise. Together, they are not just leading change, they are reshaping the future of agile leadership and organizational growth. Please give a huge round of applause for Sudheendra and Deepthi.
Good afternoon, Agile Bangladesh. Yes? Or should I call Agile Dhaka? Agile Bangladesh.
I didn't
So-
talk yet. So how many of us are sleepy?
Yes. All of us? All of you?
All of
I
us?
second you.
Okay,
Um,
how about coming to the front? Can you?
with the deserts is also fine.
I have a neck problem. Come front.
Ready to come, friend?
All
Come
are
on, stand up.
All are backbenchers like me.
I mean, and again, I'll give you a very good analogy too. Don't worry. Sitting is not a bad habit. It's a habit of a lion too.
Okay,
So you're all lions probably?
let me introduce Deepthi. It's a lot of math in it, so excuse me for that. She's 100% mom, 33% agile coach, 33% professional speaker. I hope I'm not messing the math. And 33% life coach, PCC aspirant, and 1% lazy.
Because in that 100%, though you are 33% of all of this, you can't miss to be a mom, right? Though you're lazy, when your kid says get up, you have to run. I see my ladies nodding their heads. Totally love you. So, he's my good friend, Sudheendra Rayabhagi. What about you, Sudheendra?
So
Sudheendra is a superhero, not to all of us, but to his two daughters. And
I need a cape now. I should have worn a cape instead.
he has a very rare skill which all of us don't have. Tomorrow in the coaching clinic, catch Sudheendra. He can dream in dreams.
So if you watched Inception, you already know
Yes.
what I am.
That's a rare skill Sudheendra has. And he's a cheerleader, not to the IPL matches, but to his teams with whom he's working with. And Lord but not least, you can see the tripod right there. He is a podcaster too. So that is another skill that my friend Sudheendra possesses.
I'm an aspiring podcaster.
Yeah, he's an aspirant podcaster. So, how many of here are fathers and mothers? Most of you, right? Good to see the good number. How many of you sang lullabies? All of you. Can you sing, my friend? What you sing for your daughter? Please walk in. Probably I don't understand, but I'll share with my two.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a story. When I used to sing Row Your Boat for my kids, and my wife hates me for doing this, I generally throw water across the house. We have a small tub, and we try to row the boat in the house and make everything messy.
That's a very good thing. But this morning, I think the lady with the white shirt there asked me, hey, your title looks very interesting. Being a mom of 11-year-old, this title came from my daughter. And I'm a leader day in, day out, where I need to unfold my leadership skills, not in the boardrooms, not in the meeting rooms with the managers, but during the bedtime stories. Mothers and fathers echo with me on this. You need to be too innovative in giving the bedtime stories. You need to be innovative spending time with your kids. So one of the things I did with my daughter sometime back was, she asked me, Mama, let's do a movie night. My daughter loves to give the fancy names. So when we were doing the movie night, her favorite was Lion King. She's 11-year-old, by the way. And she asked, let's watch Lion King. Okay, fine, TK. Let's see, let's go watch. And when we were watching, she made an interesting observation. Mufasa is the hero of the movie. Everyone agrees to that. But how many times Mufasa roared in the movie? Maybe slightly more than that, Alex? Yes, you're spot on. It's only the 3 times Mufasa roared, whom we call as the king of the pride lands. Yes or no? But for us, leader is like someone who shouts, who yells, who says, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to give me the report by the end of the day. You didn't reply properly. My good friends are echoing a lot. Is your manager in the group there?
Or maybe they are the managers.
So after this session, your manager will change, don't worry. I assure that. I take that responsibility, by the way. Then, out of curiosity, out of real curiosity, the next day she went to school. And the instinct in me was like tickling like anything. I replayed the movie. And I really purposefully watched, when did Mufasa roar? When did I hear the roar, whatever Alex has said, 2 to 3 times? And immediately the coach in me has woken up and said, why did he roar that 2 to 3 times? Then I stopped my thinking, reframed my question. It's not why, but what made him to roar that 2 to 3 times even. Right? If I say, why did he roar? I don't get an answer. But being my trade, Deepthi being a disruptor, what made him to roar that 2 to 3 times? I hear the roar the very first time when he wanted to protect the young Simba and Nala from the group of hyenas. You remember that? The first roar comes there. It is for the protection. And the second roar I heard was with a purpose, standing on the mountain of the pride land, saying, this is the land of pride, and I'm the king. That is to protect his name and to guide people, the young Simba to become a purposeful leader. That is where Mufasa roared thrice, which Alex has said. He didn't roar like some other manager in the room every other time for every other report, for every other email or status. He did it for protection, for purpose, and for letting the people resonate with him for the roar. That is how the title Mufasa has come up. So the title looks interesting to you? Yes. Lion is not the fastest running animal. Lion is not the cunning animal. Lion doesn't have intelligence. When I said, you're all the lions, lions don't go for hunting every day. Lions hunt when they are too hungry, probably once in 14 days. They don't wake up like us every day morning. They do stretch, they do some exercise, yoga, and then go for hunting like how we do go for a job. Lions don't do that. It does with purpose. So my friends, if you want to embrace like Mufasa, your own leadership style may not be sufficient. Can you survive with a single meal, with one dish being served every day? No. You need varieties, at least 2 to 3, right? Every day. The similar way, your leadership also needs to have a blend. With that said, we will dive into the session how we embrace Wabi-Sabi and what does Wabi-Sabi is. This morning, all the speakers who ever have spoken before us, they were all speaking about some of the Japanese techniques, right? So this term Wabi-Sabi is a Japanese term, and you will get to know what Wabi-Sabi is and how we can embrace the Wabi-Sabi. We are not speaking about AI, but we use AI, which is our own intelligence. We use just the tools to rely on. So let's dive into the discussion.
And all the images generated are through AI. Yeah?
Yeah,
That's
we
the
just used for the physical purpose, not our brains or not AI wired. All the deck we made it through AI. So with that, let's deep dive into the session.
So Deepthi took us back probably a couple of months back, but I'll take you some thousands of years back. You see the first image there? Those are the cavemen. Can you guess, or can anyone tell me what is the leadership skill that was required at that point? Sorry, can you be a little louder? Hunting, yeah? Yeah. Physical strength. Yeah, because what was the main...
Can you pass on the mic to the audience if we don't mind?
Their main problem was survival, right? And physical strength is what they actually needed. And from there, as humans, we evolved into communities. What do you think is the main strength that is required or leadership skill that is required when we started being a community member? Protecting each other, someone said that. As a community, so probably empathy, trust on fellow community members. Right? We still don't have the cunning nature yet, but yeah, that was the situation. From there, if you can go to the next slide, please, or if you have a clicker. We entered the era of kings, queens, rulers. What is this? What was the leadership skill that was shown by these people? So, sorry? Yeah, control, awesome. Correct. Here, probably you can use cunning, right? They wanted control, they wanted to rule. So that is one of the, if you are a fan of any of these, apologies. But yeah, that was the strategy. So from empathy, we switched to strategy for them, how they can expand their leadership, how they can expand their kingdoms. And it's the same one, you can go to the next slide. From there, now we see the different leadership traits growing across the era of human evolution. We talk about trait leadership, situational leadership, and different emotional leadership skills coming up, right? As we enter into 1990s and 2000s, Deepthi. Now, Steve Jobs is there? Yes, he's there. Bill Gates is there. Now, what kind of leaders are these people? You know what they gave us? They empowered us. Till now, leader is the one who either saved us, who fed us, who scared us. Lot of emotional. But these people are the one, he gave us Windows, his team, maybe. How many of us use Windows? Most of us. He gave us iPhones, Macs. That is helping us to survive on our own. So these are and once these people started coming up, there were so many leadership theories. I don't know any of them, I know. And I don't remember all of them. But if you go into Google and search for leadership theories, I'm sure you will find millions of them. And I'm sure you cannot read all of them. But see, these are the people who empowered us, not just empowering themselves. They did it, their companies are ruling, that's a different story. But we as a consumer or as a community member, we are able to use the tools. One of the members is Sam Altman. His photo is not there, but all the members who are empowering us with the AI, also are the new age leaders. You can go to the next slide.
So just let me add on that. I have a leader. I'm good at storytelling, by the way. So I do that. I have a leader. This was somewhere in 2016, where my leader is so sarcastic. There are 3 women in my team who didn't submit the timesheets. He was so sarcastic. The 3 goddess of my team, can you please submit the timesheet? That's a good one. He's so sarcastic. Do I mind? Do I mind that kind of leadership? May not be. And there is another manager. I'm not here to shame my managers, by the way. I'm not shaming them. Because I find people, right? There is another manager for me who don't wish me even I sit next to him. He just walks into the office. Whenever he has some work which needs to be assigned to me, he says, Deepthi, this is what I need from you. Okay, fine. I deliver, I give. If there is no feedback, absolute no response. If there is something you have messed up with, a big mine on you to blast you. What kind of leadership it is? Do you feel it as transactional? Yes, it's transactional, right? He just needs whatever I need to deliver. And he just does it. Once you're done, I don't care where you go. I don't care what you do. I'm not bothered. Lot hell of theories. Lot hell of situational leadership. Lot hell of transactional leaderships. And in the new age era, people start talking about emotional intelligence. Fancy terms, right? Looks fancy. And we talk about transformational leadership. We talk about philosophical leadership. And we talk about diversity in the team. How many of you want to retire in the next 10 years? Lot many. My good friend who is sitting at the back has raised his hand. So, if I don't mind, probably, sir, you belong to Generation X. Yes, you belong to Generational X. I don't want to reveal my age, but still I belong to Millennial. I don't want to retire in the next 10 years, by the way, I'm sorry. I don't want to retire. I want to have a career. But if you see, any person born in the Generation Alpha probably would be turning 22 by this year. Agreed with me? Right? They will be entering into the job market. Agreed? And they are the people who is that person belonging to Generation X has to work with this Generation Alpha. So how are you going to communicate? You have to deal with them every single day.
So I'm actually dealing with my kids because they are very used to having their homework sharing in other parts. I know how to feel.
Sir, dealing with kids is different. You can argue, you will step back, they will step back.
You're wrong. It's not different. It's the same your teammates. Now,
Okay.
no longer kids when you actually deal with your parents. They are now a stakeholder, an employee. They will charge you. They will. So something different. So you'll find when your kids will grow up.
Sorry.
The game is changed.
Just like you are having trouble, or most of us have trouble dealing with our parents, the same thing for
No, this is not a problem.
I'm not saying it's a problem. The same feeling our kids will also have. Just keep that in mind. So communication should be a two-way street. And if one of us is not driving the same road, that's where Deepthi is going to. But go ahead, please.
But with this generational diversity, we talk about diversity of men, women, having the teams, people belonging to different locations. But how are we addressing this generational diversity? Tomorrow, I need to work with 3 C's, with even people of Gen X or Gen Z or the Generation Alpha. I find this generational diversity or whatever the diversity at every corner in my workplace, in every meeting room, in every sprint planning. They say we lead with purpose. They ask, what is the need to do this? They ask you, bug you with n number of questions. How am I going to address those? That's the talk track, how we are speaking about Wabi-Sabi. Wabi-Sabi is a Japanese technique embracing the imperfections. And it is important for the leader not to identify what are the flaws in the other person, or not to identify, oh, this person of this nature, or not to name some person as, oh, he's a naysayer, I don't want him in my meeting. Every individual is a puzzle. Every individual is a puzzle. It is the responsibility of the leader to connect those puzzles and have 3 C's. What are those 3 C's? Collaboration, commitment, and co-creation. And there could be people, especially that group always pointing to their manager, need not be the managers who are to be the leaders. What are we Scrum Masters being called? What is the trait of a Scrum Master? Beyond that, heard the term of servant leader? You're all servant leaders, right? Scrum Masters are great servant leaders. That's what the first leadership begins at the stage of Scrum Master. So it's the responsibility of the Scrum Masters. We don't need crowns and capes to be called as leaders. We can have leadership at our own place. But what the essential skill that we need to have is embracing that Wabi-Sabi, embracing the imperfections, finding the beauty in the cracks. If you don't find the beauty in the cracks, say for example, I have this wall and I'm in a closed room. Unless and until I have an imperfection in the wall in the form of a crack, I cannot have a light peeped inside. Agreed with me? So, our earth is not a circular, it's spherical or not, no one knows it. Everyone will come up with their own theory, right? That's imperfect. And whatever the wonders of the world we call, like Leaning Tower of Pisa, those are a standing, that's Leaning Tower. It's not standing alone, which is an imperfect one. Still people embrace, lot of visitors go there, take a selfie over there, post it on their social media. Agreed? This is all Wabi-Sabi speaks about. It is about embracing imperfections. Being a leader, when you are imperfect, how can you? First, yourself is an imperfect, right? You're an individual. Can you say you're on dot with just one style? You're also an individual. You're also a puzzle. You're also a piece. But if you see Mufasa, he has all the 4 traits with emotional intelligence, with philosophical Mufasa, you can call, with collaborative leadership style. He has all the spectrum. But are you ready to discover your own leadership spectrum with us? Want to know about you? Okay. Can I ask you, my good friend who is sitting in the front, if I directly ask you, he's so puzzled what this woman is going to ask me. Okay. What's your personality? Yes. What's your personality? Now he is puzzled.
Generosity.
Sorry?
Generosity.
Generosity?
Right.
Okay. Good point. I'll just keep it to the last. Best is reserved to the last. Anyone knows what your personality is in this room? Want to share? Come on. No answer is a wrong answer. Yes, my good friend, at the last, you want to share your personality? Please. INTJ. Perfect, my friend. Do you know what INTJ is? No, right? Stay tuned. So discover your leadership spectrum. We will be also working with you. We will be also sharing our results with you. You're not the lone barrier in this world. We also will share our results. Okay, over to you, Sudheendra. Drive this workshop.
Thank you. So all of you would have got a handout. Don't look at it yet. If you're looking, it's okay. Right? We are now talking about MBTI, right? What is MBTI? It is a tool that helps us to understand what our personality is, how we energize ourselves, how we take decisions, and what are the different factors that might help us in doing so. What I will do is, I hope everyone got handouts, right? Anyone missed it? You got? Okay. You can start giving the test. Now, one suggestion from my side.
So just a moment. So people who haven't received the handouts, can you please check with them so that you can receive the handouts?
Okay, one suggestion or one tip I'll give is don't think too much. Your first thought is your correct answer. Okay? I'll give you 10 minutes to
First
give
is the best.
If you have any questions or if you're not having handouts, then I will.
And it's a
share it.
plain English, by the way, friends.
Hello. Yeah, so there was supposed to be a parallel workshop going on. So the handout is a little bit short because that parallel session blocked and everybody liked you and so everybody joined here. So
Overwhelmed.
If we are
Yeah.
short of handouts, I can share it on the screen. Just
yeah, that will be better. Nice session going on.
But those with the handouts, please don't look at the screen. I want you to look at the paper, and that's the best experience.
And there is a science for generating these papers too. My 33% works here as a psychologist. Which is like when you're reading or listening, your prefrontal cortex of your brain will remember that. So my 33% math comes over here.
You don't want to fill up?
Can you keep timer, Deepthi? I don't want to give more than 10, 12 minutes.
Guys, before it comes onto the screen, probably your neighbors can share the questionnaire where you can keep 1, 2 for question. It's 1 question. Second question, it's 2. Yeah, here comes my friend. And the time, sorry? Zoom it. And we cannot forever do this survey, right? So the time limit is only for 7 minutes. Will it work? Your first instinct, right? So 5 to 7 minutes.
I hope you can see it now.
Hope all is
Can
good.
you show the first 3 questions? Your first instinct is the right answer. Don't think too much. The moment you think too much, you're not giving the right answer for yourself. But there is a marking. So whoever gets more, Jalal will give them a chocolate. Chocolate. Kidding. So those who doesn't have handouts after question 3, please shout. We'll scroll down. Shout.
Done? Can you scroll for the next 3, please? Can we go ahead with the next 3, please? All right, this is the last 3. Once you are done, just raise your hand so that we can have more discussion. Wow, that's great. Can you come forward? There's not a punishment for finishing first, by the way, friend.
Done, all of you? If you have not completed, raise your hand. Yes.
Please come. Probably you can get a pen too. You can get a pen too there and look at the scoring pattern as well.
So the way this questionnaire is designed is we have 4 categories. The first 3 questions fall under 1. Second, 4, 5, 6 fall under.
I'll be brief. You can sit back.
Second category, second trait, not category, trait. 7, 8, 9 fall under third trait, and 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I hope my math is good, otherwise Deepthi will kill me. Fall under the fourth trait of each and every one of us. Now you might have picked either A or B for each and every question, right? We'll look at first 3 questions. If you just mark right next to it whether you have majority A or majority B, right? A is, if you have majority A, that means you are an extrovert. You can mark it as E.
All right. So whoever, just a moment, I'll just give you it. All right. The first 3 questions are being measured on whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. That is E and I. If your first option is correct, say for example, your first question is, when working on complex team tasks, I prefer to brainstorm openly with team, think through it alone before contributing. If you have chosen the option 1, mark it as E. If you have chosen it as option 2, mark it as I. If your answers, or say for example EEI, the first 3 questions, your major trait is E. Write that E separately. Okay?
So I'll stop Deepthi there. Any 3 E's here? Awesome. Any 3 I's? 3 I's? I think you know the problem of me standing here and talking. We are brothers and sisters. Okay.
And talking with a E.
Okay. Next, let's go to question number 4, 5, and 6. For that, in these questions, option A is S and option B is N. So you calculate your trait. Option A is S and option B is N. For questions 4, 5, and 6, if your answer is option A, you are S. S, letter S. I'll tell you that in a moment. And if your option is B, you are N. So quickly, yeah. So S is, if you want to go. Oh, she's correcting the paper. Let's give a minute to the teacher. Option B is N. You have 3 S? Awesome. So what is S and what is N? Deepthi, you want to go?
S is for sensing and N is for your intuition.
Intuition. I know it starts with I.
It starts with I.
I know. But MBTI said use the word N, so stick with it. I don't want to mess the science that's already there. Right. Okay, shall we move to the third trait? Questions 7, 8, and 9. Okay, if your option is A, you are a T. If your option is B, you are an F.
That's you are a thinker or the person who has more empathy. See here, it's your personality. Can I change my personality multiple times? I'm born with it. I'm being wired with it. I took this test in 2008. The results were exactly the same as I took this test on 24th April 2025. Yesterday when we were in the airport, we thought like we need to speak in the conference. Why not we take the test again? And exactly the same personality results. When did you took your MBTI?
First time in 2017 and second time yesterday, and the results are same. So we don't change. And we call ourselves change agents. Okay, forget it. Fun apart. Let's go to question 10, 11, and 12. If your option is A, you are a J. J.
What is J?
And if your option is B, you are a P. P. P for pen.
Whether you are a person who judges or whether you are a person who perceives. That is J and P. So
yeah, let's go to the next slide. So, while taking this test, okay, anyway, can you go to the next slide, please?
Next slide, please.
It should be there, but anyway. So, after taking this test, I actually not after taking this test, when me and Deepthi started talking about coming up with this paper, there were so many things that she did not like about my proposals. There were so many things I did not like the direction she is taking. We are live examples of exact opposite.
Can we just focus here for a few seconds? We will discuss your personalities and we will give you an opportunity to share too. Thank you.
So my personality was or is I, N, F, and P. And we don't share one common personality trait across each other. So I am someone who is empathetic, who thrives in a creative world. I cannot live or survive. I can't breathe when there is structure around what I have to do. That's the exact problem I had with her. Because when we were talking about this paper, she had this vision on her mind. I want to do this, and I want it today. I said, I want more time. So she is...
Come on. Seems like he want to abuse me. I don't care.
So she is someone who wants direction, who judges fast, and who is a thinker, right? And we are completely 180-degree personality. And after working on this, I realized that there are a lot of imperfections between us, and we are able to, adopt each other's imperfections and come up with this, and probably came to a stage where we are able to present. So, Deepthi, do you think Mufasa has these kind of personality issues?
Before Mufasa coming in, each of this personality has each of a different skill set. I think that slide is probably missing with the 16 personality types. Each of them propose, no, you can go back, before this. Oh, I don't know. Each of the personality. So the person who has handed over the sheet to me is, can I share your personality if you don't mind? Thanks for your acceptance. He is ESFJ. And this person group, you have your manager. I'll walk to you, no problem. I love being with people. Sir, you are the manager for this group? Yes. Your good name?
Onik.
What's your personality? He is ESTJ. Your team member? Who is your team member? All of you. What's your personality, sir?
I am ENFJ.
ENFJ. Two judging people. Two judging people in the same team. Right? We all know the physics formula. Like poles, repel. Unlike poles, attract. Agreed? But two judging people, that's fine. It's their trait. It's their behavior. Are we going to change their personalities? Absolutely not. I cannot change a personality just for a single job. Then I have changed like almost 6 companies till now. I have to change my personality company to company, team to team, manager to manager. Yes or no? No, it's your personality. It's your core strength. That is how you are being wired. But how do I deal with it? MBTI reads 16 personalities as different kinds of people. When Sudheendra named my personality, I'm an executor. I want the things to be done. He is of a nature steady, calm, going, cool. I want this. Do I mind with that steadiness? Probably. Sometimes, yes. Why this guy is asking for too many details? Why this guy is looking at this? Very critical. Oh my God, can we make it work? All this comes into the picture when you are working with the people. May we get rolling, please? Maybe get rolling, please. So, this MBTI is your inner engineering. You are inner wired with this personality. If someone asks you your personality, I'm an introvert, I'm an extrovert, I judge people. I judge things, not judge people. Judge things. I'm a perceiver. I'm a data person. You can name yourself that way now. Sir, the person who have named their personality with something, did it change from the past you have taken this survey? It changed? Why? Because of your new job? Because of the new manager? Not sure. Okay. This MBTI is from your heart, by the way. You took this survey, and this is the 16 types I was speaking up to. And my profile is here. Yes, TJ. The person who has given me his paper, ESFJ. He is a console. Sir, you are here. You're a console. Did people reach out to you for all the advices and everything? He gave his neighbor's paper to me. Are you relating your personality with this? Yeah, definitely.
That means no.
So what are you now? What is your personality now? ES? Oh, you are of same my trait. Then you should not shy away like, you should just stand and shout like me.
So that excludes generosity from your...
Generosity. All right. So, yes, please.
Yeah. So all of us will fall in any of these. And the reason why I asked you to give the first option that comes in your mind is if you start thinking, you will get confused. The survey will give different result when you are stressed. The survey will give different result when you are angry. And the survey will give different result when you're happy. So,
and survey will give different results when you change your job too.
But I recommend you to take it later, probably thinking about your previous manager, right? So always when you are, the reason why we have to take this is, we as leaders should first know what kind of a personality that we have before we talk to our team members. And this is one of the example that I can give. I think I shared a video last week. One of the leader that I worked with has reached me and said he's firing his team member and said he's not getting the same output that he's looking for. Then I recommended him to take the personality test, and he falls in the J category, right? He's judging. He takes decisions too fast. So I've advised him to give his team member a couple of chances, and this time asked him not to carry any previous impressions that he has on the team member. I haven't heard from him again, and that happened about a year back. And a month back or so, he called me and said he's like taking the personality test is one of the best decisions in his life, and his team member is the strongest member in his team, right? That is because he's able to first understand his personality, and then he started asking all his team members to take personality tests. So the leaders in this room, I think all of us, it's very important for us to know where we stand in this 16, and it's good to know where our team members also fall. That's how, if there is any difference, like 2 J's in one team, Deepthi, who are they? 2 J's in one team?
Those two lucky people, the black and white there.
So there will always be a cold war, but you can work together and see how you can accommodate each other, right? That's the idea behind this paper, how we can embrace the imperfections.
But do I need to do all these MBTI surveys? Need to do everything? Is it an overhead for me as a Scrum Master, as an engineering manager? Why should I maintain this? Why do I care about his personality? There is one powerful statement which I heard from a coach. Connection before correction. It's a connection before the correction. Before HR escalations. Why do people leave the job? Why did you left your previous job, sir? No growth. Can I put this way? Your manager or your leadership didn't echo with the aspirations of you? Mm-hmm.
So we don't know, maybe he don't know his
so-
manager or manager.
I think I started disliking my manager was one of the reason. But
Perfectly.
At the same time, I was not like seeing the growth I expected. I was happy it was too not challenging me. That was another reason. So I was doing what I was doing, and variety was not there, challenge was not there. So that's probably one of the reason.
So I will stop you there.
yeah.
I know that there are thousands of reasons, but no, I really like the point that you are not feeling the job as challenging. Now, you fall somewhere here, and if your manager is able to identify what kind of challenges you like, I'm sure he or she would have given you a challenging role. Yeah, that's my take.
Stories apart. You cannot work with your other person. People just leave the jobs. The first reason is like people leave companies because of bad team members, bad boss. Agreed? Yes, right? Challenges comes next. The human aspect is the first aspect. And his purpose, probably his moving motivator would be the purpose. He's not given enough challenges.
We'll come to the moving motivators.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not given enough challenges. That could be the reason. Say he said he has a different trait. I have a different trait. But we paired up together. Let's see how Mufasa having collaborative style of leadership, collaborating with Rafiki at one point. You remember the characters of Mufasa, right? Fathers and mothers.
How many of us watched Lion King? Okay, I see very few hands. Yeah.
So you remember Rafiki, right? You remember Simba. You remember Sharabi. So it's collaboration. And he emphasizes everyone has a role to play in the Pride Land. Agreed? And how to defend his own territory, when to roar with the purpose, when to protect, and how to respect, how to balance, how to give the knowledge transfer. Especially, we lack in giving the knowledge transfers. Leaders, Managers, whenever the manager leave the organizations have to raise a new position, new opening for the manager. Rather than they will not be able to identify the same manager to fill in who can be in the shoes of the existing manager because no proper knowledge transfer. So, having a different personalities, how are we working together, especially me and Sudheendra? So, we are here to bring our story. Let's do another survey. It's called as DISC. And you will be given another set of papers too, where you need to answer another 10 questions and how this MBTI, which is for your inner wiring, that is where two J's coming into the picture having a cold war, how can they work together? How can they manage? So please join us in doing this survey. We will also share our DISC results and you will get to know what DISC is as well. Just have the disc first and no, first the slide. Yeah. So again, we may short off the slides, guys. Excuse us. And your first instinct is your first answer.
Everyone got the handouts? Come here, come here. I have only two. I think we are short of handouts. You can, Deepthi will switch to the PDF. Don't think. Your first instinct is your answer.
The first three questions, if you're done with the three questions, do let us know. We will roll back to the next three. Sorry, two at a time, please.
Shall we scroll down to the question 3 and 4? Please, 3 and 4. Question
Done with
5
your
and
DISC
6.
profile, Alex? Done with the answers?
Awesome. 5 and 6.
That's too cool. Thank you. No answer is wrong, I could say. No answer is right or wrong. It's you. You are unique.
Shall we go to question 7? Yeah, we can go to 7 and 8. Question 9 and 10, please.
Are you done answering the questions? If yes, just raise your hand. We can
I
know
think
the
if-
scoring
if-
pattern.
If no, they should raise hands. There
Yeah.
will be too many.
So, okay, if no, raise your hand.
I think they're good. You can continue. They're good.
All right, for those who have finished, out of the 4 options, the first option, name it as D. Second option as I. Third option as S. And the fourth option is C. What does DISC stands? You'll get to know. And you can also start counting how many D's you have, how many I's you have, how many S you have, how many C you have. Anyone done with the counting?
Who can volunteer with their assessment sheet now, this time?
Oh, great. You have done with the counting. Please come forward, my friend. Your good name, please.
Kulsum.
How many D's you have, or what is your top? Which is the highest number?
S.
S is your highest number. What is the next highest?
2C.
SC is her high trait. Thank you so much, Kulsum, for coming over.
Does it mean you have only 1 D and 1 I? Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, it is. You're unique. That's it. So, Kulsum has SC, which is her DISC profile. What is S? What is C? Anyone else would love to share, like, what is your DISC profile? Please come over. Or please, can you pass on the mic to her?
Thank you. Mine is S as well. It's 5. And D and C both are 2.
Okay. D and
C.
D and C. Okay. Do you know what mine would be?
Sorry?
Do you know what mine would be? Can any guess? Because this is what DISC profile stands for. She is S, which is steadiness and consciousness. You're very patient. Are you very even-tempered? You don't get angry so much? Is your traits matching with your answers?
Mostly.
Mostly.
That's true.
Can any guess, looking at me from the last 1 hour or 60 minutes, any guess what would be my profile? What would be my DISC profile? Come on, guys, you read me. Thank you. It's D. What would be my next? Bang on. That's my DI. DI is my profile, and I'm very, very proud of it being dominant. Why I should be shying away? That's my nature. But if I have to work with this guy, what would be his profile? Any guess?
Bang on. And what? would be
Bang
my-
on. What would be the next right?
Unfortunately, I am not compliant. I'm not detail oriented. I'm definitely not systematic. I do.
And I echo, I give you a clue. He said he wants to be with people.
I will be a disaster as a QA. So
I.
S and I almost have equal weights.
He is an S and I. I'm a D and I. I'm a dominant. And he looks for influence. And he looks for steadiness. His main quality is steadiness. Do you know we want to share the story how we started this journey? How I met Sudheendra first. Sudheendra and we met in one of the cognition that happened in Hyderabad. By the way, we are from India and we are from Hyderabad. So we met in one of the random conference. We just said hello to each other. And in the month of November, we had the similar kind of regional Scrum gathering happened in Hyderabad, where this guy just sat next to me in the conference, like how that guy sat next to her. And we made smile, we made a contact. A week later, on a Sunday morning, I received a call from Sudheendra stating like, Deepthi, RSG Dhaka is calling for papers. I have seen you ventured into being speaker. So why can't we collaborate and come up with a workshop style? Okay, fair enough. He said, AI, fair enough. And my thought process was different because my 33% psychology triggers me. And I said, no, I want to speak about leadership. His steadiness of being a sociable person wants me. Being dominant, he wants to bear that dominance. And he said, join me. I will step down. And this journey of 4 months is not very smooth for us. I look for things, decisions to be done immediately. He wants to have a sleepover on the things. He wants to have a sleepover. So, Sudheendra, we are going to finalize the PPT by end of next week. Deepthi, Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. After the breakfast, we will join. He will go out with his kids. I'll be busy something with my kid. We never met. But is it a smooth sail? No. He agreed to my speed. I stepped down to his steadiness. We want to co-create. We have the 3 C's, which is the collaboration, which is the co-creation, and the other is the commitment, which we maintain the decorum. And overall, the top umbrella C for all of us, what could be the top C between both of us that made our journey so smooth? Sorry? Commitment I covered in my 3 C's, my friend. The Uber C I am talking about. What could be the top C? Contribution, no. Communication. Agreed? That's the top C. Irrespective of your personalities, unless and until you communicate. You might be an introvert manager, that's fine. He is a senior agile coach. He is managing like a people of Scrum Masters, bunch of Scrum Masters. His trait is INFP. He's an introvert. He can't be a leader, always climbing the crown. I'm an introvert, but still I want to be a leader. No. You should be communicating with grace, respecting each other's personality. That is where your connections will happen before the corrections. And this is a one-time exercise with your team that you're doing. Do I need to do it with each of my team member? Absolutely not. You have beautiful AI tools which can generate the report in a fraction of seconds. And I will show you what those beautiful AI tools are. I'll come back to this slide later. Done. Sorry, new. So we have a beautiful tool called as Crystal Knows. Crystal Knows, Knows. The trait which you all have seen in me, which is DI or ID, whatever you call, which is my core personality of D and I. The Crystal Knows have given the exactly by answering a random of 20 questions. It showed me that I am D and I, or an IND. And also, it has shown me that what exactly my traits are. So, can I have mine, please? Sudheendra, can I have mine, please?
I'm opening that. In the meantime,
Okay.
you
In
can
the
scroll
meantime,
down.
this is Sudheendra's personality. Okay, I got it. This is mine. See the timestamp on that right corner? Yesterday morning at 8:39 a.m. in the airport, I have taken this test. And my trait stays like, I'm an influencer, ID, which you all have recognized. And it says like, I'm comfortable delivering important messages, verbal and communicating a bold vision. Did I echo that with you? Will you echo me with that statement? Because I'm talking from the last 1 hour with you. Agreed? Is it working? Yes, right? You can give this link to your team members, generate the reports, ask them to send you the report, and you can start communicating beautifully. And whatever the personality it has given about me truly echoes with me. It says I'm a public speaker. Again, my 33%. It worked. And when I look at Sudheendra's profile, can I have Sudheendra's profile? So it's the same time Sudheendra also took the test. And he's SI, which you totally said. And he's friendly, he's accommodating, he's diplomatic. And in this conversation itself, you can see Sudheendra tend to be very supportive to me in the conversation. We are delivering the conversation with such great ease. Because not me being dominant or bold, because he being the supportive. So it's important for the managers to give the credit to the team members. I don't want to call them managers. Every individual who gets that kind of support when you're working in a collaborative environment, it's not your individual success. It is your team success. And dive into long, deep conversations. MBTI is a very deep conversation where he was patiently explaining what thinking is, what perceiving is, what judging is. Where that's not my greatness that I have worked up a workshop like this. It was his thought. It was his greatness who wanted to be a supporter. It is his profile. It's his DISC profile. And it's his personality that helped us to come to this. How many of you are cricket fans, by the way? I'm a great cricket buff, by the way. I don't remember the names of the cricketers of the current Bangladesh team, but when I used to watch, I loved Tamim. I used to love Tamim. I used to love Shakib Al, who used to be a very aggressive batsman and who used to be a very good all-rounder. Shakib used to be a great anchor whenever the team is at tough times. How many of you echo with me on that? Yes, right? Yeah, my good friend who is a chess player has echoed with the cricket. So that's how it goes.
So I encourage every one of you to give Crystal Knows. But there are two options once you log into Crystal Knows. One is it will ask you to It will allow you to read your LinkedIn profile and create your personality. The other one is it will ask you a bunch of questions. I suggest take the questions route because I'm quite aggressive on LinkedIn. It gave me as a D, but I'm not a D, right? And also this gives a very detailed report. It's an 11-page report. I don't want to show.
We don't want to expose ourselves too much.
Too many secrets hidden. Probably I'll give it to my wife and get a validation from her, right? And I encourage the leaders here to ask your team members to take this. What I will do is I share this with my team, and the choice is with them whether they want to share this with me or not, because it's their personal data, right? So give them that freedom, maintain that PI information.
Can we have the PPT, please? So not just crystal notes. Manager or a leader's job is not so easy, especially when you need to empower the people, when you need to speak with the people, when you need to collaborate with the people, when you need to lead the team like a pro. There are many other AI tools that are available. Now, we are in a position to accept the imperfections. Yes or no? Now you understand each of us will have a different trait of personality. Each of us will have a different trait of working, which is your DISC profile. But how do I need to evaluate? These are the beautiful AI tools. That's Crystal, the one which we spoke about. And we have predictive index, Truity, Humantic, and People Case. Many tools are there, friends. So you can explore all of them. You can have a good team building being done. Leadership is not about roaring. It is about resonating. If you ask me today, having 16 years of experience in the IT industry, working with various companies, and you ask, who is the leader that inspired you? Just take a pause. Who is the leader that you remember forever?
For me, my dad.
For you, your dad. In professional career?
That was my first manager who gave me the freedom to do whatever I wanted, including keeping legs on the desk, which I'm not very proud of, but he gave me the freedom. Whenever there is an opportunity, he gave me that opportunity. And what I've learned from him is if there is an opportunity, I will somehow grab it. Right? That's how
I'll share my story. I have a lot of stories to share, in fact. I'm a SAFE trainer. I'm a SAFE practice consultant. How many of you are SAFE certified here? SAFE. Scaled Agile Framework. Okay. So the SAFE trainings typically happens like 2 long days, which is like you start your training at 9 a.m. in the morning and ends your training at 6 p.m. on the day, and the next day starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 6 p.m. It's 2 long days, by the way. And being a single trainer, you have to manage a class of 40 people with the exhaustive material, which SAFE, Scaled Agile Framework, doesn't allow you to share even a single line for your own convenience. You need to deliver that content. And after all the training in the training room, I walk back to my desk, put the feedback papers, and will just be breathing. That's the moment my manager says, Deepthi, let's go down for a cup of coffee. Let's go down for a cup of coffee. Every day he goes for coffee. Every day I also go for coffee. But especially on the day of the completion of the training, he used to call me and say, Deepthi, let's go for coffee. I'm totally drained. My energy is exhausted. It is in -15. But still, I live up to the moment where I am being felt that I added value to the organization and that is being seen by the manager. He didn't appreciate me. But that coffee moment, which happened pre-COVID like 5 years back, still travels with me. He's in a different organization. He works with JP Morgan now as an executive director, and I'm working with FedEx now. Ways are apart. We didn't met in the last 5 years, but that coffee moment still is, I could easily relate. The reason is like, I am being purposeful. My purpose is accomplished there, and my manager gave me that purpose, and I am echoing with that purpose. So these are the moving motivators that I am speaking about. He said, I'm missing a challenging environment. When you are looking at the DISC profile of the individuals, according to Management 3.0, these are the moving motivators, 10 moving motivators that help the individual. Which is like, the moving motivator to me is power. I have given, there is enough room for me to influence what happens around me. And for someone, it could be honor. Saying like, hey, I need to be rewarded. I feel proud that my personal work is reflected. And I'm given a cash prize of this. I'm being recognized with some Bravo Zulu award with my management. So look at this moving motivators by connecting to your personality and your DISC profile. What helps you to drive? What helps you to drive? Being a leader. Does your team needs a challenging work which is curious? Or does your team need a power? To your team member needs a power where he can work independently. Echo with their sentiments, then they will not dislike you.
There's a cheat sheet.
Yes, there is a cheat sheet we just gave. We just have prepared out of the moving motivators, connecting with the DISC profile and with the MBTI, and that was being distributed. Please go through in your leadership. After all these conversations, Crystal knows, Truify, Humanitic, who really inspires? When he said his first manager inspired me, does he use any AI tool? No. Do I use an AI tool with my daughter? No. But it is you, the leader, the human touch that inspires, guides, and mentors and paves way for your future. So this is what the philosophical Mufasa also speaks. I am only brave when I have to be. I don't roar every moment. And it's you who has to lead with purposeful. This is images or just to speak about Mufasa and his leadership style, not to discuss each and about the movie, by the way. Hakuna Matata. That is we.
I think we should also give credit to Disney for giving such a great character and letting us to use, for compliance purposes.
So from this stage of regional Scrum gathering Dhaka, we thank Walt Disney for making us understanding this movie to the fullest. And you know the meaning of Hakuna Matata? It's no worries for the rest of the life. When you understand each other's personality, when you embrace the beauty in perfection, and when you embrace the misalignment, still you are powerful. If you can do triple R. It's not a movie. It's one of the famous movie in India, but it's rise, roar, and reflect. Raise along with your team. Roar whenever it's purposeful, and reflect the good learnings. With that, we are open for questions. I don't think we have a time for it. We are around tomorrow as well, and we are available in the coaching clinic as well. I'll move this way so that you can scan our LinkedIn profiles. That is Deepthi Yeragudipati, and this is Sudheendra Rayabhagi. Thanking every one of you for staying with us for the last 90 minutes and hope we made our presence here. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.